Do it.
You got to leave that in now.
Oh, for sure. Just go with it from here on.
1. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon. All right, Ben. Let's imagine you're out at a liquor store.
All right.
It happens from time to time.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, it does.
And sometimes you just say, you know what? I've had that before, but I like it, and I'm going to get it again.
Okay.
Pick one. What would you pick up if you were at a liquor store right now?
Just for the folks at home, I'm being completely blindsided by this intro, so I wasn't expecting this. This was not planned.
Oh.
Well,
I planned it.
yeah,
It's 50%
you planned it. I think most of them on this shelf I would probably buy again. I do have unopened ones on the shelf.
Okay. Well, let's pick one of those.
Okay. Let's do this.
I own this bottle.
Yeah, this is not a rare bourbon by any stretch of the imagination. Nope. It's budget friendly. I think I got it for $20.
Yep.
At Total Wine. So I bought this because I've had it before, but honestly not a lot. And it's a super, super common bourbon, so I figured I'd pick up a bottle. So I don't know if this falls into the category of would I buy it again, because the times that I've had it, it's always been mixed in with, other drinks and stuff like that, just kind of a casual, somebody's got a bottle of it.
Yep.
So I just bought this one.
So, like I said, I own it. I've not probably had it in 6 months, 8 months. This is one that scared me off a little bit a couple years ago when I first picked it up, because it's a higher rye mash bill.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen, it's like 28% rye. So
that's noticeable.
Yeah. So a couple of years ago, when you were kind of 2 years newer to this whole game than you are now.
Sure.
The higher rye ones can be a little bit off-putting.
Yep.
So that's why I actually bought it, because I don't have a lot of high rye ones on my shelf, and I've definitely gotten to appreciate them a little bit more.
Me too.
And especially if you find a good budget one.
Oh, that was a nice one.
That was not bad. It almost has like a little smoke coming in. Do you see that?
I see that.
God, I hope that shows up on camera.
That's awesome. I still think we need to develop
It's a Bulleit.
Smoke off the gun, yeah.
All right. So, what is this one? 90 proof, I think?
90 proof.
All right. So another example of the high rye ones that were a little off-putting at first, and now big fans of, Four Roses.
Yeah. I think there's several. Like, even Knob Creek initially was kind of...
But that's not a high rye one, though.
It's spicy, and some of it was the alcohol proofs. It was a few things.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as you expand, you experience more bourbons and get to appreciate them more.
Oh, yeah, Knob Creek, when you're first starting out, because their baseline is 100 proof, so that can be a little bit off-putting. But as far as high rye ones go... Four Roses is another, I think they're in the 30s.
I think so. Yep.
For rye. And that can be a little off-putting, and now I love them.
Yeah. Same with even Wild Turkey. They're not super high rye, but they're known for having, their mash bill has some rye in it.
Yeah, yep. It says high rye on the bottle, but...
So I get, and I don't have a really good description for what this comes across on the nose, but it's what I associate with rye. Is I see like a grassy field, like kind of...
I think that there's a difference that I get from some high rye bourbons just have that extra spice and it's peppery.
Yeah.
And some high rye bourbons have sort of more of a flavor of an actual rye whiskey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because rye whiskey definitely has its
unique flavor.
It's not just spice. Like a lot of times high rye just adds like a nice spice to bourbon.
Yep.
But then sometimes it just adds that actual rye flavor versus just that spice. And this one I'm getting a little bit of that rye flavor.
Yeah, I'm getting sweetness. Like it's hard to put it's not brown sugar. It's not just caramel. But
there's a bit of vanilla in there. But definitely, yeah, the rye sticks out a lot.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going in for the taste. Cheers. A little more barrel on the palate.
That's what it's not as noticeable on the nose, but definitely the barrel char. I don't think it's super charred. It's not like an extreme char barrel, I guess level 4, but
yeah, it's definitely noticeable.
It's noticeable though.
Yeah, I didn't get any barrel on the. I mean, you just get a little bit, but
it's got
on the nose, I mostly got that rye flavor, not just the spice again, but the actual rye.
But I'm getting like wood sugars, like from the barrel.
Yeah,
I think that's the most noticeable thing.
Yeah, boy, that's all rye on the nose, but and a little bit of vanilla, but on the palate.
And then this is another thing I notice occasionally on really spicy bourbons is as it's finishing, there's like this lightness, almost like a floral note.
Mm-hmm.
As your tongue is kind of recovering from the, getting stepped on, there's this really light floral kind of essence.
I think with rye whiskeys, and I haven't experimented a whole lot with rye whiskeys, but the few that I have had, and the high rye bourbons, that clove note is when you say kind of like a floral. Not that clove is necessarily floral, but that's kind of what I get.
Okay.
I think in the place of what you're talking about. Boy, this is really good. I think I'm much more impressed with this time than I was the last time I had it.
I totally agree. Like, in the past, I've not been a fan. Like, I'm really impressed with this.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home and try that bottle I have. It's a couple years old. It's been open for a while.
Sure.
But
I think that for a budget-friendly option, this would go nicely with a cigar.
Totally.
It would stand up to a cocktail really nicely, I think.
Absolutely.
And especially at 90 proof. There's a lot of flavor there for 90 proof.
Yeah.
If you like a nice little kick, this is a good option.
It's a great option. It's budget. It's unique. You could mix it. Mm-hmm. You could drink it straight if you're used to a little bit higher spice / proof point.
Yep. Well, and the proof point's fairly low, but it drinks like a higher proof point.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely one to pick up when you're looking for something. This is not the same. Whatever your traditional bourbon of choice is.
Yeah.
This is definitely something that's kind of unique and just awesome.
Yeah, I really like this because now I'm getting more of a balance between the sweetness and the spice. Mm-hmm. The more I'm sipping on it, and on this last one, I got like a nice candied sugar sort of. Yeah, you said, like the wood sugars.
Yeah, I think so. Like, now that I've had several sips, the initial burn is not as noticeable, and now you're getting more of the range of flavors. Mm-hmm. And it's got a lot. It's got the brown sugar. It's got some vanilla, some caramel. Wood sugar, I think, is really prominent. I'm curious how long this spent in the oak, but I don't think they say on there.
No, there's no age statement on it.
Distillers, please put age statements. We know that it may not be super long, but it's just a curiosity.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's 2 years or 15 years, just put it on the bottle. Everybody wants it.
The reality is, I think my favorite flavor out of any bourbon may be the wood flavor.
Yeah. And it's nice to know with lower proof stuff. So if you have a lower proof and you've got high rye, that rye is going to make up in punch for some of that lower proof. But also, even if you got a lower rye bourbon that's at like 80 proof or 86 or something like that, entry level proof, but you've got extra aging on it,
that also
makes up for a lot of flavors. Like an Evan Williams single barrel is a great example. 86.6 proof, but it's most of them are almost 8 years old.
Right.
And
even that Four Roses.
Yeah.
Single barrel, or which one is it? 86 proof, but it's 5 years.
Yeah.
No, their entry, the yellow label.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a little extra time.
Yeah, that helps.
Really compensates for that lack of proof. But I think this one, I don't know how much time it spent, but definitely the rye is making up for that lack of proof.
It's got a great
for sure.
color. It does really well on a black bar, but I think it is a great color. I think it spent some time in the oak, and it's noticeable.
Yeah, I really like this one. Thumbs up for sure.
Totally agree.
This is, like I said, much better than last time I had it because I haven't really bought this one or, I just kind of had it in passing. Other people have had it.
Sure.
So yeah, I would totally recommend this one for sure. This one would be a great one to add to the collection if you're starting out, and you want a variety of different flavors.
Different styles.
This would be a great option for sure. So yeah, grab one of these. Cheap, bold in flavor.
Easy to find.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find this everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, well, this has been Bulleit Bourbon. Thank you for watching. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg.